Have you ever thought about an app that isn't just on your phone, but it pretty much is your phone? Well, for an entire country, that's not a hypothetical. Today, we're jumping into KakaoTalk, the South Korean super app that completely changed the rules of what a messenger could be.
So, let's just start with a number that's kind of hard to believe. 90%. Yep, that's KakaoTalk's market share in South Korea. It's not just popular, it's basically a public utility. I mean, that's a level of dominance most tech companies can only dream about.
So that really is the big question, right? How on earth did a simple messaging app become so essential? As we're about to see, it's this amazing story of perfect timing, relentless innovation, and just this uncanny ability to know what its users wanted before they did. All right, to really get how powerful this app is today, we have to go back to the beginning. Before it was the everything app, it had one mission: conquer messaging and become the default way an entire nation talks to each other. When KakaoTalk launched back in March 2010, the timing was just perfect. Smartphones were taking off, and Kakao came in with a totally free, super reliable alternative to pricey SMS texts. It spread like wildfire. We're talking to the point where it's now used by an incredible 93% of the country's smartphone users. It wasn't just an option, it quickly became the option. Okay, but this is where the story gets really good. See, the founders of KakaoTalk, they weren't just thinking about sending texts. No, their vision was so much bigger. They wanted to build a platform, a kind of digital playground for everyone.
And you can literally watch their strategy play out right here. Just 2 years in, they add games, and those now famous Kakao Friends emoticons. Boom, the app goes from utility to an entertainment hub. A year after that, they roll out gifting, letting you send your friend a real-life coffee from inside a chat. But the real masterstroke, the move that changed everything, was Kakao Pay in 2014.
And this comparison just puts it all into perspective. It's wild. On the left, you've got the 2010 version, a clean, simple messenger. And on the right, that's today. It's your bank, your shopping mall, your taxi service, your game console, all packed into one app. The jump is just staggering.
And you know, none of this happened by accident. This was a super deliberate, calculated move to become what we now call a super app, a single place for pretty much every single one of your digital needs.
So what even is a super app? Well, think of it this way. Instead of having one app for your chats, another for your bank, and a third for shopping, a super app rolls it all into one seamless platform. And KakaoTalk absolutely perfected this model.
Their strategy was just brilliant, a masterclass, really. You can break it down into 4 clear steps. Step 1, get a huge user base with free messaging. Easy enough. Step 2, keep them hooked with social stuff like games. Step 3, bring in real-world commerce with gifting. And finally, the knockout punch: become totally essential by integrating financial services. Each step built perfectly on the one before it, creating this unbreakable ecosystem.
Kakao Pay was the real game changer. When it launched in 2014, it made sending money as easy as sending a smiley face. This wasn't just another feature. It was the key that unlocked the entire super app. It transformed a fun chat app into an absolutely essential tool for everyday life.
So what's it actually like using this thing today? Well, it's all about blending every part of your digital life together seamlessly, all in one spot.
Now, the whole focus is on making the experience feel smarter and more organized. I mean, think about it. You can sort all your chats into folders, you can record voice calls that then show up right there in the chat history, you can even watch short videos with your friends in real time. It's all about erasing the lines between talking, sharing, and watching, all to keep you inside their world.
So even though KakaoTalk is the definition of a South Korean success story, their eyes were always on a bigger prize: the whole world. The plan was to use that incredible dominance at home as a launchpad to go global.
And you can see here, while South Korea is obviously their home base, they're not just staying put. They've been really smart about targeting specific markets, like Indonesia and other parts of Southeast Asia, trying to become the go-to messenger there before a local competitor can get a foothold.
And get this quote from the former co-CEO about their growth in Indonesia says it all: a 25 times increase in users in 1 year. It's incredible. And they did it by really tailoring the app to local tastes, working with local designers and companies to create content that people there would actually love.
But you know, the app's international impact has also been felt in some really critical moments. After that devastating 2011 earthquake in Japan, when all the normal phone networks went down,
KakaoTalk's data-based messaging became an actual lifeline for people trying to find out if their loved ones were safe.
But here's the thing. When you get this big, when you're so deeply integrated into daily life, you run into a whole new set of challenges. When you're the digital backbone for a nation, every little decision you make is suddenly under a giant microscope.
Take what happened back in September 2025. Kakao pushed out this big update to try and modernize the app's look, but users hated it, especially this new feed-style Friends tab that just felt like a clunky Instagram knockoff. The backlash was immediate, and it was fierce.
At first, the company was like, okay, we hear you, we'll change it back. But then, they came back and said it was technically impossible. And that one phrase tells you everything. It reveals the hidden danger of a super app. When everything is so woven together, even a simple change can have huge, irreversible consequences.
Ultimately, the story of KakaoTalk is a masterclass in building a digital world. The convenience is just undeniable. Everything you could possibly need right there. But it leaves all of us with a really important question for the future. Where do we draw the line between convenience and control? As these super apps get more and more powerful, that's something we're all going to have to think about. Thanks for joining us.